So today we're going to talk about changing a fraction to a decimal and a decimal to a fraction. And just want to kind of recap. There's two types of decimals. One is a terminating decimal, which means that the decimal ends. And two, the second one is a repeating decimal, and that's a number that just constantly repeats. It never ends. And the bar notation, that's that little line that we put over a decimal when we're showing that that 3 is continuing. So the next number would be 3 and so forth. All right, so now let's take notes. So to practice fractions to decimals, you are going to have to divide. We're going to create many little division problems. It's just that simple. So you have 5. And you're dividing into 4. Now the denominator always goes outside. Now because we're changing it to decimals, you are going to want to put your decimal in both the dividend and in your quotient place. Now 5 can't go into 4, but it can go into 40 8 times. So the decimal is 8/10. Now, yes, you're going to need to put a 0 in front of it. That's the proper way to write a decimal. So now let's look at 2, and I'm going to slide out here to this space here. We're not going to do anything yet with the whole number. We're going to take care of our fraction first. Remember, the denominator's on the outside, the numerator's on the inside with a decimal. 3 will go into 10. That's 9. Subtract, bring down your 1. Now, terminating means it's got to go to 0. This didn't, so we're going to add a 0. So 3 will go into 10 3 times. And as you can see, this number is repeating. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this 7 and rewrite the whole number. Always do that. Then here, that's going to be our decimal. Now we're only going to write the 3 once because that bar notation is going to tell us that the next number is 3. All right, so now let's look at our third example. So again, denominator's on the outside. 3 is going on the inside with a decimal. Add a 0. 10 will go into 33 times. And of course, that's a terminating decimal. So that is 3/10. Now everybody understands the difference between this 3/10 and this 3/10 that's repeating. This one has the bar notation, this one does not. And it does make a difference. This one's actually a little bigger. Alrighty, so we're going from decimals to fractions. And that's probably the simplest one. One thing is you're going to have to speak decimal. What do I mean by that? You got to say it correctly using your place values. So this is 8/100. Yes, it can simplify. You can divide both numbers by 4. So that's 2/25. All right. Here you have a mixed number because you have a whole number and 5/100. Divide both of those by 5. So that's 2 1/20. So here you have 75/100. Divide both of those by 25. And that's 3/4. And this is 4 1/25. Now this one kind of gets people a little bit because it's such a big number. But you know that you can divide by 5, you can divide by 25, you can divide by 125. So we're going to divide both of those by 125 just because I know it's the biggest. So that's going to be 4 1/8. So there you go. Here's your fractions to decimals. Bye.